Here's a video I'm going to make of my, it's called the Bornemann surge device. Now I've looked on the internet and I was inspired to try to build one of these just to get a little bit of surge happening in my marine aquarium. So it's basically a pretty simple tank, lots of live rock, more easier to keep corals, very few fish. So we're just waiting for the device to cycle. Let's see, 75-gallon tank. There's a, I believe it's a 25 or 30-gallon sump with a 9410 skimmer. There are two. So it cycles roughly, I would say every 2 minutes. Does shoot some air, but it's manageable. So there, you can see it does get a little bit of surge happening. Just helps lift some of the dust off of the life in the tank. So here, let's travel around. There's keep freshwater fish too. It's a Asian arowana. So this is the fish room. So the bucket, I fashioned a drain. There, so 1.5-inch ABS. Now I put the U pipe, so because of if it splashes a little bit, there's not a lot of splash, but why not put it in? It just splashes back into the bucket. Again, I've reduced down to 3/4-inch PVC pipe. That U is vital. It is just slightly above the toilet valve. It's the cheap toilet valve with a rubber stopper, and then, as you can see, it comes back into the tank, which we had already seen. So let's see if we can get. It does make a slight sound, and granted, this aquarium is in a closet downstairs in a basement, so you can see it's filling. I used a piece of that's surgical stainless steel. You can use plastic ties. That's a piece of styrofoam for a float. The water is coming in from a MaxiJet 1200. It is, I would say, it's roughly the head is roughly 36, no more than 36-inch, pumping into the tank. Now, there are a lot more physics involved in this project than I would have thought. It's not as simple as it appears. So, set it up over a sink, over a wash tub sink, and experiment. Because that's what you want, is that the pop from the toilet plunger. That is vital. Otherwise, and it has to do with the amount of back pressure coming from that U. That U there. So without that, you're just gonna. It won't get that pop, and we will continually be pissing water into the tank, and also that pressure allows so it's surging now in the tank. We had seen that at the beginning of the video, and so what we want is for the water to drain out rather quickly and that valve to pop back into place, and the cycle repeats over and over and over again. So this there's the sound. So I would recommend, the trick is not to get greedy with the amount of water flushing through. because the other difficulties is that what happens at the sump level is that water rises and falls in the sump, and with a skimmer it's very sensitive to water levels. So there is, I would say, I would call it, the sweet spot. So you can see my indicator for water levels. Now I also have on here, this is a homespun automatic top-off system. This is the switch, and then the Reef scrubber, which isn't affected by this at all. But the amount of water rising and falling in this little chamber, now I think that could be alleviated by, and I'm not going to do it yet, is replacing the entire sump with something to increase the volume of that chamber, the surface area, the volume of water in that section would allow us to increase the volume of water in the bucket just by raising the float valve. So it's been running successfully for a mere 48 hours. I would like to see, we'll see, we'll come back to this in 6 months and a year, and we'll see what, see where we're at, any problems. Or, so as you can see, it's also, my operation is in the basement, and there is a floor drain right behind the aquarium. So yeah, that is the project.